drivers. There we go, spinning up the front wheels. Fabian with the solid red car and the black rear aerofoil on that front wheel drive car leads the pack into the complex for the first time in the race number 2, the B final front wheel drive here at the Super Cup MiCC. Making hardly any mistakes on the first lap. You need a good clean lap to get that pole position converted into the race lead, and he certainly has got that in the bag already. But close attention from the second, third, fourth, fifth and sixth. There's a gaggle of front-wheel drive cars, and they look so realistic going around this wonderful, wonderful circuit at the Telford Tennis Club in the heart of the Midlands here for the first round. Oh, and the second place man just dropped it and lost the place in the intermediate. He got back lucky indeed, so he's just lost the position. But now he's put himself into the mouth of a gaggle of touring cars, just about to fight it out for what's going to be third, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh. One on the roof, dropping a little bit of carnage onto the track there as everybody else gets together very nicely indeed. So while this is all going on at the front end of business, Fabian leading from pole position as he comes past race control. Number 1 on the screen, for leading now car number 2, Richard Norris and Andy Plymouth, car number 2 in third position. So there's your first 3 in this B final front wheel drive class here at the MiCC Super Cup. Fabian giving it the nice one. He's got a nice big lead there. That's a big lead in front wheel drive class. The car's obviously spinning up away off the grid, but he got a very clean lap in, all so important. But let's have a look at the gap between first and second. Just over 1.2 is the, oh, it's gone down by, you don't need a clock to work that one out. It has gone down visually. You can see that Richard Norris now has got the bit between his teeth and he's catching up the race leader. He's certainly quicker through the corners. The tyres are almost up to their working temperature now on these front-wheel drive cars, and Fabian's going to be under a lot of pressure. His rear-view mirrors are going to be full of the second and third place tyres going on right behind his wheel tracks. You can see it's faster on the straight, but Fabian's got all the speed around the twisty parts of the circuit. There's more twisty parts on this circuit than there is one straightaway. As I said before, we got 7 to the right, 6 to the right, 7 to the right, 5 to the left in terms of corners, and I think we've lost the race leader. He's got caught up in a gaggle right there, so we have a new race leader. As took eyes off the screen just one more time, look at the amount of corners we've got here. We've got a brand new race leader, Richard Norris leading Andy Plymouth now, and Paul and Fabian's gone down to 4th position with a bit of work to do. The car just hasn't got the legs on the back straight, but now he's in the mix to try and get back a bit of glory and maybe inch his way back up into a 3rd position to take a trophy home. But this is the dice for 1st and 2nd with 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. This is race 2 for the front wheel drive class. The yellow and pink car with a white aerofoil on the back, car number 2 in that 2nd position. Let's see what the distance is on the straight between the first 2 as they go down the start straight into turns 1 and 2 and 3, bringing it up nicely indeed. So this is your race leader now, the blue and white car with the green flashes on it, leading round. But you can see the 2nd place man, Andy Plymouth, has got a different intention. He's got a different agenda to see what he can do with the 2nd place. He wants to convert that into 1st, but he just needs to inch up a little bit more on the clock. We've got 1.5 minutes to go in race number 2. Getting very much onto the pressure scheme now for the race leader. He's just got to keep it together, no mistakes. He's got to race like a champion if he wants to take some points to the championship, the overall championship, and a very nice trophy home with 1st on it. Oh, and the 2nd place man's just thrown it off the circuit. He went too deep onto the outskirts of the chicane, and that's given a daylight. He's in a different postcode, this guy. Absolutely out on his own now with just a minute and 5 seconds to go. He's got a tremendous lead over the 2nd place man. I say a tremendous lead. It's nearly 3 seconds. 2.5 seconds is the lead, and that's a daylight. That's a mile in this sort of racing, providing we don't see any mistakes for your race leader. Just coming through the middle of the track right here. The race order is 3, 2, 4, 6, 1, 10, 7, 11, 8, 12, 5 and 9. That is the race order as we go in with about 40 seconds to go. Picking up the race leader's progress now as he comes towards the dying seconds of this race number 2. It's the B final for the front wheel drive class. Just coming into the complex, he goes left, he goes right, he goes left and right again, past race control. That is your race leader, Richard Norris, giving it the large one in the front wheel drive class, race number 2, down the back straight with a tail ender in front of him. That's the pink, white and blue car, about to be lapped nicely by the race leader. In second place, it's still the yellow, pink and white car, just holding that second place up, but he's got some work to do because he's got Paul McKenzie, car number 4, not far behind. Coming up on the finishing times, drivers. I think one more lap for the race leader. Everybody else is finished. Paul, you've finished. You could hear the numbers up on the driver's rostrum. But this is like a lap of honor here. Nice, and he could drop it into neutral and coast home to a victory from third on the grid to take nice top honors for Richard Norris in the B final, and Andy Plymouth takes second place in front of Paul. So 3-2-4 on the driver's rostrum for the podium.